So this is Jay Billz for Media Spotlight UK, and this is a completely brand new setup for me as we're living in unprecedented times right now. But I have a special guest with me, Dagenham's own rapper. That is Hakkz. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, bro. Staying at home.
Yeah, this lockdown is mad right now. How you living with it?
I'm just calm in it. Just staying at crib. I've got the studio set up, so I've just been cooking.
Yeah. You were telling me before we came on here that you're planning to get some fire out there. Like, how many tracks have you been able to do since you've been on lockdown? Like, how creative have you been in general?
At first I was mad complacent. Like I wasn't doing nothing. I'll be real. I was on PS4 24/7 Netflix. I made made 10 beats, made like 5 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 songs so far.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Obviously, like, you know, you've been touring last year. You know, you were with Jay1 on a nationwide tour, which we're going to get to in a little while. But in terms of, like, you know, concerts and performing in general, like, how's that, you know, because you've done quite a lot of performances anyway, but, like, how's that hit you in terms of not being able to go out there on stage?
The maddest thing, I've had so many shows lined up for this year, all cancelled. Literally. But it's for everyone's safety, so really and truly, like, once all this is done, all of the shows will go up.
Okay. So you live in Dagenham. Were you born and raised in Dagenham?
Now I'm in like Kennington side.
Okay.
In South London. Then I moved to like Newham. Then eventually I moved to Dagenham.
Okay. So what do you take away from being in Dagenham? Because obviously, you know, being in East London, were there certain things that you were exposed to? Were there certain things that you lived and knowing that you take that as a lesson being there?
You know, it's when I first moved to Dagenham, it's like I was new to the area, so it's like I didn't know anyone like that. So it's a thing. As soon as I started music, that's when I started gaining like more social groups, like chilling with like certain people, etc. Literally.
With like you know, because with artists that you listen to, I found out that you've been listening to like the likes of Chris Brown, Michael Jackson. I mean, everyone knows Michael Jackson. Like, you know, even whether you're young or old, you know who Michael Jackson is. And even Biggie and Tupac, which is interesting because you're quite young, but you know about these eras. Like, how did you get exposed to these sort of artists, and how did they inspire you to kind of get into the music wave?
You know, it is with my pops, literally. My dad put me on all these, like, all the Usher, the Ja Rule, Ashanti, like, all the old school batch. So, like, from young, I was listening to Biggie, like just from young. Like, you know, when it's just playing in the house, you're just soaking everything in. That was my rapper stuff, yeah.
Interesting question I want to ask you. What's your favorite song from each of those artists then? So we'll start with Biggie.
Biggie, Ava, Juicy, or I Got a Story to Tell.
Ooh. I love Juicy as well because it's kind of one of them like sort of club bangers.
Yeah.
What about Tupac?
For Pac, I would say Changes. Changes are classic.
Yeah. My one was like Until the End of Time.
Oh yeah, that was cold as well.
It was one of them ones where like my mum kind of like brought me into the wave in like hip hop and even like different genres. But when it was Tupac, Until the End of Time stood out because it was on CD at the time. Before like, you know, the whole downloading scheme, so I was really into that. But Changes is a sick one as well. So what about Chris Brown?
Chris Brown, this guy has like 1,000 songs. But
all right, say top 5 then. Top 5 Chris Brown songs.
Top 5, I would say it's kind of new, but man would say Loyal.
Okay,
that was a banger. Loyal. Excuse Me Miss, Chris Brown, trying to think, With You, Look at Me Now.
Okay. Sick one with Busta Rhymes, yeah.
What was that one with the mad video, like hella dancers?
Oh, there's quite a few of them.
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
That was
I was bagging that one out in primary school.
Okay. Sick man. Sick man. So before going into anything else, like in terms of like your, in fact, in terms of like music in general, like what got you to the realization that music was the path that you were going to take? Like, take me back to that time when you thought music was going to be for you.
I'll be real, I didn't. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't?
When I first made my ever song, bro, it was so dead. I can't even remember how it goes, but the song was whack. But obviously, boys being your boys, they'll say, hey, bro, that's cold. But obviously, ever since then, like, I just kept going. It's only when you look back that you realize, oh, that song was kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I started off producing first, and then from producing, I jumped onto rapping, and then just kept it moving from there.
Okay. So all your tracks that you've done, like, have you produced them all, or have you been working with other producers? Because I've heard about like Muller Stax. Did he produce some of your tracks as well?
No. I produced the majority of my old stuff, but more recently I've been collaborating with different producers, like trying to get different sounds going. But especially this year, I jumped back on producing properly. I took a little break because I was focusing on like rapping so much. So now I'm trying to like get into producing more, and then eventually I'm gonna start dropping my own stuff this year.
Okay.
By me. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you got a lot of plans ahead. Even though this lockdown is a bit mad, you kind of got some strategies of how you're gonna put new releases in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now, you were on tour with Jay1 last year. It was a mazza. I was invited down to come to the Wave, a One Wave tour. Electric Ballroom. It was mad. One thing I noticed, like in the crowd, there was a lot of like. I felt like the oldest one there, put it that way, because there's a lot of like, youngers that really support like your music as well. Like, like in terms of Jay1, like how did you connect with him? Have you been friends for a long time, or was it something of just a recent?
Jay1, it's a thing, we were talking in the DMs, like we just like rating each other's music, like just on a music level, and eventually came down to London. Then we just cooked up a couple tracks like, in one session, and then literally from there it was cool. Literally after that, once we made that song, it was like a year later, we put it on the tape. Then once it was on the tape, the tour just went off. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you featured on his album, didn't you?
Yeah,
was it Come First?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a banger as well. Like in fairness, like all the stuff that you produce, man, I'm feeling, but definitely Hypnotize is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. A lot of people tell me that still.
Yeah. Oh, well, is it quite well received then?
A lot of people like the video.
Okay.
The video's got that concept.
Yeah, because even your visuals in general is it's simple but effective in a way, if that makes sense. It's like it's straight to the point. It's not like there's a few elements in there that's mixed in, but pretty much it's simple. But like in terms of your videos that you've put out there, was that the intention? Just that's the way you want things visually?
So I think like with videos, because I edit videos as well. So like when it comes to directing, I'm hands-on. Like I like picking, like saying I want this location at the start. I want this at the end. Like like I'm very hands-on with it.
Okay. So like you pretty much like in all pies, like the editing, songwriting, the producing? Like, is there anything you can't do?
No. I'm trying to keep working, innit?
Keep working, man. The last time I saw you was at the Polo G concert.
Yeah.
And you know, shout out to Panaswar for the invite. Appreciate that. And you know, going into the concert, it was mad. Like, you know, the energy was crazy from the stage. We were the back area of the crowd and just taking it all in. Like, you know, I've been to a few concerts, like, you know, and I've seen like energies, but this one was just on a mad one. Like, I know that you're quite a fan of Polo G, aren't you?
Yeah, Polo G cold.
Yeah. How did you get into Polo G? Like, how did you get exposed to him?
I think it's like I was at my boy's crib, and then like anytime we're at his crib, like we just play all types of music, like show each other. Oh, have you heard this guy, that guy? And my boy must have played Polo G. I was like, yeah, I'm not cool.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, you know, after the show, like we all managed to get backstage, and you know, we were chilling for a bit in you know, in his room with his camp and all that. Like, how did you feel when you got a chance to go, like, yo, I'm meeting Polo G for the first time? What was going through your head?
Yeah, it was cool still. Like, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Literally, I rate his music a lot. Like, he's actually talking some stuff. There's a lot of rappers that just money, cars, but I like what he talks about. It's an artist. So.
Yeah. Is it like in the future, like, are you thinking to collab with him? Has there been any talks in the works of that happening?
Not at the moment, but that will be lit still.
Yeah.
That will shut down the roads.
Literally, it would just be like international flames, bruv.
Yeah, that will be crazy.
I can't wait for that. When that happens, like, you know what I mean? I can't wait to see that, man. Now, in terms of like your tracks, I want to go into some of them. You know, the most notable tracks, you know, you got Jorja, you got This Side, you got More Muller, which featured with Muller Stacks, and the most recent one that you put out there, Harrods. Firstly, why did you want to do a track about Harrods? Like, do you shop there regularly?
No, it is. I'll be real. I prefer Selfridges.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what is? In the sesh, like, I was just freestyling. Like, the whole hook was a freestyle, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really write it. I wrote the verses. Like, for the verses, I wanted to be like have hella flows, but like it was just a flex. And I was like, I hit the wall with Harrods.
Yeah.
It's a vibe, literally. Like,
so you're saying that you prefer Selfridges, but the Harrods, like, it just came more naturally when you were in the session?
Yeah, I can't really say I hit the wall with Selfridges. Like, it's weird, fam. No, but it was just natural. Like,
yeah.
Freestyle, and just think about it after that. Yeah, literally. But it worked.
There's a line that stands out to me when I was listening to it, and I wanted to get your views on what you mean when you said it. So you said, I was 14 when I had boot cuts and kickers. I was 15 when I stacked some jibs. I was 16 when I made 5 figures. Like, you actually made transitions every year. So like, you started off with boot cuts, and then 2 years later, you're making 5 figures. You're making bare money. Like, what was it with the boot cuts and kickers?
I remember the maddest thing. I remember being in secondary, walking in, everyone's got kickers. Fam, I had no kickers. I was wearing there's wallabies. I didn't have the wallabies either. I had some.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard wallabies for ages, fam.
Yeah, bro. Even like the kicks for school was kickers and wallabies. I had some neck shoes on, crap.
Yeah.
Like, you know them ones where you bang football. You do one curling banger and then the shoe just collapses.
Oh,
I had them
mad.
Do
you know what? I'm lucky that I never got through that problem in terms of shoes. Like, I remember my cousin, like, he would just rebel, and that he would literally just wear like black Air Forces. Do you ever go through that? Did you ever do that?
I'd wear Air Forces outside school, but in school they didn't allow no trainers at all.
Nah. Okay, because I know some people that were just able to get away with that. So, like, when it came to the video in terms of Harrods, like, you know, in the beginning there was like it was like a title saying about Harrods, like I don't know if I got it wrong, like partnership. Was it something that you had to, like, you know, get clearance from Harrods to shoot in there, or was it just something that you just patterned up?
Nah, the maddest thing, none of the videos in Harrods.
Oh, none of it is. So what was that room where, like, you know, you and, you know, the chick that was behind you, like, where was where? Scene.
Can't say, bro.
Scene.
None of it was in Harrods.
Okay.
Imagine on the day I wanted to shoot in Harrods, but I think like it closed, and then by the time, like, it was just mad. So, but it came out good. I like how it came out. So,
okay. Yeah, no, it came out like it was, like, you know, like you with your brethren at the ends, and then the transition to, like, the lavish lifestyle. What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought? I'm curious. Because I've seen you in Palm Angels quite a fair bit, but is there like a piece that you bought that it's just like, yo, I spent that money on that?
Studio.
not revealing the swag techniques, yeah? Okay, I hear you, but
the home studio, the most expensive thing.
Okay. Because obviously, like, all the equipment is built up to, like, you know, you being able to record on a regular basis, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Jorja, one of the most notable videos that I've seen. Like, before we got on camera, you were saying that this was done 2 years before. So at the time when you recorded it, did you actually have a crush on Jorja? Because was it based on you liking Jorja Smith then?
Oh, mom was in love with Jorja.
Did you try sliding in DMs regularly?
No, I'm capping. I would see her on Insta. I'll be like, yeah. And then I guess in the session I just dropped her name in, and yeah, that was Jorja.
Was it just something that came out, like, just on a random? You just thinking of Jorja that day? I thought, like, yo, Jorja, I'm making a track.
You know what it is? I think I go studio with a couple man. I think like my boy was on Insta, and then I just saw it. So I thought, why not? It's like,
yeah,
let's finish the song.
Okay.
And then yeah, literally.
Do you still have a crush on her now, or is that kind of faded?
Nah, man.
You just kind of like,
she gotta open the DM first.
Yeah. Scene. So, like,
Yeah,
you know, when your time comes, you got to be like, yeah, she got to make. Are you saying she got to make the first move?
Yeah, man.
On Twitter, you said that you got a lot of unreleased bangers that you can't put out there. Is that still the case at the moment? Are you kind of working to get it out there, or is it what was the reason that you can't release them?
Because of Corona, innit? I can't shoot videos.
Okay.
So it's nuts, but there's something on the way.
Okay. Can you give us an idea of, like, what sort of vibes that we're expecting from it?
Expect the unexpected.
Whatever
the unexpected is, don't expect that ever.
Okay, I like that because then, you know, you don't put too many expectations, and then, like, people will think differently otherwise. I like that approach, man. But I see you're media trained. That's a good thing. So going forward then, because obviously, you know, you got Harrods, you've had Jorja, you've had, you know, you made a start a couple of years ago, like, properly going into it, and obviously being signed to a label as well. Like, what's the plans and strategies going forward? I mean, obviously, you know, you're working on stuff at home, but what are your plans for going forward when the time comes that we can go out into the wild again?
Gonna drop some crazy videos, do some crazy collabs. Yeah, literally just expect everything. I'm just gonna be mad consistent, even though Corona's about. Music is still coming.
Yeah.
literally working, trying to hit these shows as well. So imagine, I've only performed Harrods once and it went off, but that was even before I dropped it.
Mad. Like, was it your friends that you pushed it to, or was it like an audience that heard it before the actual drop?
Nah, I performed it at a school.
Okay, so have you been doing like school tours then?
I was about to do one.
Okay. So I'm assuming that's still in the pipeline for when you come out.
Yeah.
Okay. So school tours and more new music coming out, it seems like. And then obviously, you know, concerts when they come back again, you know, performances, you know what I mean? I miss all that stuff, man. So like, are you thinking also like a headline show when this is all over?
Yeah, real soon. I think when it makes sense, when the time's right, I'll know. It'll be crazy. Okay.
Yeah, just a few things. Have you heard the new Drake joint?
Yeah, that right foot.
Slide, the Tootsie slide. Have you been trying to do TikToks?
I like it slow. Nah, Drake's smart.
Yeah, he knows.
I jumped on TikTok recently.
Yeah, because what's it? There was a thing that I saw on Twitter, or on your Twitter, when it said when God makes Jamaican men. Yeah. Because are you mixed African and Jamaican? Are you?
Yeah, I'm Zimbabwean and Jamaican.
Okay. Before I go to TikTok, so with both of those elements, like you got your African heritage and your Jamaican heritage, like what are the main points that you take from both?
Yeah, I'd say like both got different cultures. Like allows me to understand Jamaican culture, African culture. So I can put them together.
Yeah. So do you have like jollof rice and then do you have like jerk chicken as well in the household, or is it just like whatever you feel like at the time?
Me, I eat everything.
So you're not too fussed?
Nah, I like it all store.
I hear that. So who would be your ultimate dream collaboration?
Got a couple. Say Meek Mill.
Okay.
Say Meek Mill, Reddy Rich, Tory Lanez, those three.
Okay. And the international flavor as well. And I can see it working as well, because obviously like you got the waviness to your music, and then like working with them, I can see that happening. That's a sick amount.
Yeah, the baby as well.
With who?
The baby.
Okay. Well,
we'll something crazy. Bro.
We'll definitely see you with them lot, man.
Yeah. At
some point down the line. Well, before you go, anyway, I like to play a game with you. It's called Would You Rather. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, pretty straightforward. I'm going to say two statements, and you just let me know like which one you prefer out of the two, yeah? All right, cool. So, we'll start off. So, would you rather begin every sentence with, yo, prick, or end every sentence with, I was just kidding?
I was just kidding.
Okay, so I think you just go on the safe route.
Your prick one's a bit nuts. you just end up doing the madness.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught out by that. So, okay, cool. So you were on the safe route. I do exactly the same because I don't want to get caught out by nothing. Would you rather live one life that lasts 1,000 years or live 10 lives that last 100 years each?
10 lives, 100 each.
Yeah, same. But why that side?
Fam, I don't want to be out here being 999, fam. That's nuts. I'm gonna be hitting the wall in Harrods.
I mean, like, probably if you did 1,000 years, like, you'd probably be older than the building itself, innit?
Yeah, bro. I'm so good. Hey, that's dead.
That is dead. But yeah, no, I'd be the same as you. 100 years, but live 10 lives. Would you rather meet Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie. Ooh,
Okay.
actually.
Oh, see, I caught you off there. I caught you off.
Actually, yeah. Ooh. Me, if you were saying do a song, but me,
See, I caught you off there. It's not as easy, is it?
It's a mad question. Hey, now man would say Tupac.
Okay. Why Tupac?
Like he has like, from what I've seen, he has like a business acumen. Like he wasn't just on music. He could act. He could like he was in other fields. So
it sounds like someone you would learn from and build up in your career if you got a chance to meet him.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather fart every time you laugh or burp every time you cry?
But bro, I'll burp every day. Get that? Nah,
it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Really, but it would just be annoying. It would just hurt your vocal cords after a while, wouldn't it?
Bro, I'd rather that, bro.
Mad.
I said, yeah.
Yeah, no, because it would just Anyway, I'll move on straight. Would you rather say all your sentences backwards or have to communicate through charades for a week?
How long will you have to say the words backwards?
Well, it depends on how many how many words in your sentence, bro.
Yeah, charades.
Sure. So you just got like.
Yeah, definitely charades. Like people can communicate with charades. I can say, firstly, I need to eat. Like, words backwards, bro. My brain will be finished.
I don't know how this is going to work, but would you rather be with Jorja Smith but never see any girls ever again, or link multiple girls but never get to meet Jorja?
Link multiple.
So you just think like Jorja, it's fine.
It's fine still. It's fine.
You need that variety.
What's the phrase? There's plenty more in the sea or something.
Oh, plenty of fish in the sea.
Yeah, that.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I'll leave you that one. But Hakkz, it's been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate even the fact that we're doing this in this way, and you're one of my first guests in this fashion. So I appreciate you coming on, bro.
No stress, bro. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. If you could tell our audience where they can catch you on all the socials, what's going up for you, tell them all right here, man.
It's your boy Hakkz. Check my Instagram, which is HAKKZ_. Check my Spotify. Stream up Harrods. Harrods out now. New music on the way. Wow.
Make sure you go check that, man. Prospect of the future is in Hakkz.
My guy.
Yeah, man. There's Billz for me, the Spotlight UK. First time doing this. More interviews like this to come, and we out here. Peace.
Gang.